Hey, Positive Pathers, it's Keenan here for this week's Audible book recommendation. We've been doing this a little bit the last few weeks, going to continue doing it. It seems like people are getting a lot of value out of it. So once a week I'll go live about something that's more wellness based, whether it's wellness for your physical body in the form of effective fitness, clean nutrition, chemical-free home, how to go chemical-free in a way that's not overwhelming. Sometimes we talk about emotional health and how that goes hand in hand with being, just all-around wellness. That internal health is as important, if not arguably more important, than actual physical health. They certainly go hand in hand. So I do one live a week about talking about certain subject matters along that to help educate our community and get you guys moving in the right direction on that, give you workable, usable tips each week for yourself, for your family, share with your friends. If you like what you're hearing here, we love the fact that you would share the videos you're seeing either on our Facebook page or at our YouTube channel as well. We appreciate the comments and everything else. And then one other time a week, we've partnered with Audible and to supply our community with free, their very first download is free on us through Audible. And I provide book recommendations once a week so that you guys can increase your mind, your mental health, your mental capacity, personal development, whatever your goal is. It's always going to be something based in personal development, wellness, nutrition, things of that nature. So this is a one-stop shop for you guys to not only get tips on how to improve your health, improve your wellness for yourself, for your family, but also improve your mind. The way you think, the way we think is so important, and so much of what the way our mind processes information in the modern age comes from technology, and so many advertisements, so many news posts and things of that nature have a negative bent to it. So I'm going to always try to give you something that is positive. I mean, right? Our community is called Positive Path. I'm going to give you books and book recommendations through Audible that support your positive path, your journey to become the best version of you. And in doing so, when you reach out to Audible and download and use our links, you support Positive Path as well. So we appreciate that. So always looking for a win-win in our community, and this is definitely one of those. So for this week's book recommendation, you can get this free with your first download on Audible through us. This week is called The Energy Bus. It's by Jon Gordon. Okay, this guy's written a couple of really good books. I've read two of his. This one being one of them. So got a little glare there, but that's what it looks like. So you can see it. You can find it on Audible. It's kind of an orange-yellow book cover. Very easy. Just search The Energy Bus and it'll pop right up. It's by Jon Gordon. And it talks about positive energy, so it definitely goes hand in hand with everything that Positive Path is about. Everything that we're always talking to you about, we're suggesting to you look at, the way to improve yourself, the way I work on myself. These are awesome tools, guys, that you can find in one stop. Whether on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, you can always go back to our website as well. If you have questions for us, comments, you're welcome to reach out over social media or go to positivepathlife.com and hit the Contact Us tab. Myself or one of our coaches will reach back out to you guys and answer any questions you have. We're happy to do it. It's a free service that we provide. It's just something that we're passionate about and that we care about. So, take advantage of that. And just to kind of give you a brief synopsis of The Energy Bus, I read this book almost 2 years ago, but it had such an impact on me that I actually took one of the pages that listed some bullet points from the book and actually photocopied it and put it on the wall of my office. It's still up. It's actually right behind me. And so that I can see what the Energy Bus was about, the synopsis of the story behind it, and so that I could integrate it in my life, right? The last thing we want to do is read a book and then forget about it because, it was just a quick read. We want to read and then apply. It's just like anything else with Positive Path. We want to, whether it's get in shape, let's say, you don't just work out once, right? You don't just work with your coach one time. You don't just change your behavior for that day. It's a behavioral pattern based in consistency that creates change over the long term, right? That's why crash diets and things of that nature don't ever stick, it's trying to put a Band-Aid on a flesh wound, right? This is something that needs attention. It needs to be cultivated. It needs to be a behavior that you incorporate into your daily and at least weekly life. Same thing with clean nutrition. If we're changing our diet to something where we're incorporating whole foods, we're incorporating foods that have been minimally processed, we're teaching ourselves and our family how to shop effectively, affordably, and most importantly, healthily at the grocery store. That takes consistency. It takes a little bit of education. It's a journey. It's a path that you walk daily. Chemical-free home is another great example. Another one of the 3 tenets of the positive path. You cannot, just change everything overnight, right? It takes a little bit of time. I've shared with you in previous posts that when I was taking our home chemical-free for my son and myself, it happened over time. It started with this. It started with, I got involved in essential oil remedy to help me sleep, and then from there it went into, well, what am I cleaning my house with, and what am I giving my son to brush his teeth with, and all these things. It was a journey. It was a path that I walked, and it was super fun because I didn't feel a bunch of pressure to have to do it overnight. It's the same thing with educating your mind, and reconditioning is one of my favorite words. Reconditioning the way that we think. And the Energy Bus, this book is a fantastic. Jon Gordon knocked it out of the park. It's a great book to start with. So if you're just starting your journey, whether you've been on it for a while, you're an old pro and you haven't read this one yet, any of those categories, wherever you fall into, wherever you fit into, this book is an excellent fit. It's a must. I would call this one a must read for sure. So to give you a brief background without, spoiler alert on it, not telling you the whole story, the book is positive principles for how to live life and how to protect yourself from those that might kind of suck your energy, your positive energy. He has a name for that in the book, and it's pretty creative. You guys can check it out when you read it. But it's about basically guarding yourself and living a life of positivity, but not in the corny positive thinking, but really owning who you are, knowing what you're about, and how to interact with other human beings in your daily life to maybe turn some circumstances or situations that you don't like, turn it around. And in the way he wraps this into story form, it makes it digestible for anybody, whether you're a voracious reader and you love to read, or maybe books aren't your favorite, which is another reason I love Audible. It's, most of us have to drive or commute or go, throughout the day. I don't know many of us that just sit at home, and Audible is a great way to turn your car into a classroom and listen to, read by listening to a great book, a great story, instead of just, mindlessly tuning out to talk radio or something that doesn't really do anything for us. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, this is a great way. On Audible, you can just turn it on through the house while you're getting stuff done and listen to it, while you're hanging out, while the kids are napping. It's just a great way. Audible is a great tool to, increase your all-around wellness. So the Energy Bus, that's kind of the synopsis of it, and it's kind of storied around a man and his family and his professional life, and how he has some pretty big battle, a possibly big consequence in losing his job coming up, and how he takes the principles from this book and, again, in story form, begins to make some positive changes. It has 10 rules, he says on the cover, 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team with positive energy. So whether you're a family, whether you're running a team in the corporate world, whether you're an entrepreneur and own a business or building a team, whatever your journey might be, wherever you're at right now, if it's just wellness to get in shape, there's a lot in here just for that. So any of those, it's kind of a catch-all for any of those types of paths that you might be on. So check it out. This is this week's. It's a Wall Street Journal bestseller. This book is off the hook. The Energy Bus by Jon Gordon. 10 ways to fuel your life, work, team with positive energy. Check it out, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, contact us. positivepathlife.com, contact us tab. If you're ready to get started with your $99 wellness call, there's a tab on our website for that as well. One of our coaches will reach out and get you moving in the right direction. We have a full product line to help those of you who are looking to get clean nutrition and a chemical-free home. We can do all of that counseling and product fulfillment for you no matter where you're at in your wellness journey. If you have questions or comments beyond that, the comments below, we welcome that in YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're finding us at. And you can check us out again at our website. If you have any email questions, info@positivepathlife.com. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Love the fact that you stopped by. And I got to find my button here. Have a great week. Make it the rest of the week a positive path. All right.